Hello. Is anybody there? Okay, the coast is clear. Let's initiate the 7th HackUMass. Please have a seat and enjoy the show.
Programmers over here asking about dark mode right off the bat. So, love it, gotta love it. So if you go into preferences here, tools and then preferences, right? Tools, preferences, and then dark. For those of you who like that dark mode life, okay?
HackUMass started 7 years ago as a hardware embedded systems hackathon, so we've kept those roots to this day. We have an amazing array of hardware items and inventory where participants check out things from Raspberry Pis to Arduinos to microcontrollers. We have 15 3D printers. We have a soldering room. We have awesome workshops involving hardware, and we love to see all of the hardware hacks that our participants build year after year.
Welcome everyone to HackUMass VIII. I hope you enjoyed the highlights video from HackUMass VII. We're excited for you all to be here with us this weekend for our first ever virtual hackathon. To introduce myself, my name is Kevin C, and I'm the director of this year's HackUMass.
Hello, I'm Sakshi, and I'm the assistant director of this year's HackUMass. To reiterate what Kevin said, we're really excited to have you all here for this weekend.
I know for a lot of you, this may be your first hackathon, and you might be wondering, what is a hackathon? So a hackathon is a sprint-like event where you work on a project for a set amount of time. For example, the project that you'll work on for HackUMass is created and produced during this weekend only. A hackathon is a place where programmers, designers, and engineers can collaborate on a project using a large variety of technologies. Hackathons may include cross-discipline learning, where you can learn new skills or gain more experience on skills that you might have less experience on, but you're interested on improving them. As a result of the hacking period, teams will be producing amazing and innovative projects that can then be submitted to be judged for prizes. So here is our schedule for the opening ceremony. After some additional introductory information from the HackUMass organizing team, we'll have a presentation from MLH presented by Mary Siebert. Then we'll have a talk given by our keynote speaker, UMass CICS Dean Laura Haas. And then to end our opening ceremony, our head of hardware, Aaron Hanley, will be revealing our prize categories and talk about them just a little bit. So to get you all situated with Dashboard, we'll be showing you a quick demo video of the workings of Dashboard made by our Director of Technology.
Hello there, everyone. My name is Cody, and I'm the Director of Technology for this year's HackUMass. Now, I'm going to show you around the Hackathon Dashboard, which is the platform that we use to get information to you during the event and that you will use to upload your projects, check on the prizes, get mentorship help, and view the schedule. To access this, go to dashboard.hackumass.com in any web browser, and then log in with the email address and account that you used to sign up for the event. Now, on the top of the page, there are multiple tabs. To begin, we'll look at the schedule. This schedule tab will be updating dynamically as the event goes on, and as we scroll down, we can see the list of workshops that are taking place. At the very bottom of the page, note that you can go to separate pages. So this page right here is events that are happening after, in this case on Saturday. The next tab we will look at is mentorship requests. If you have a task that you need help with, that may be a little bit more complex than a basic question, you can submit a formal mentorship request on the Hackathon dashboard. When you go to this page and click on Submit a Request, you can give a title, you can show the technology you're working with, and then give us a description of the problem. After you submit this request, a mentor will reach out to you via Microsoft Teams to assist you. Next, let's look at prizes. Right now, there are no criteria listed for the prizes, but we will release those later in the opening ceremony. After that, you can check this page on Dashboard to see what exactly each prize is for and how you should base your hacks in order to compete for one. Finally, there's the Project tab. Project submission will open after the opening ceremony, and it will be closing on Sunday, which you will hear about later. When you create a project, you give information about it, such as what it does and include some pictures, and then you can add team members with up to 4 people per team eligible per project. We look forward to having you at this year's HackUMass, and if you have any questions, please leave a message in the help desk channel in the Microsoft Teams channel.
All right, hi everyone. I am Shruti Nanda, your head of PR for this year's HackUMass VIII, and I just wanted to talk to you guys about the different modes of communication that we have throughout the event. As you guys know, we're doing almost everything on Microsoft Teams, so during the weekend, if you have any questions or need any help, feel free to DM an organizer on Teams. We have our first and last name and then organizer in brackets for you to reach out to us. You can also send a question into any of the help desk channels on Teams for any hardware questions, any mentorship or technology support. And we also have a channel which you guys should all just be checking regularly because every hour we'll be posting our workshops, our sponsoring events, and any other logistics. And feel free to follow our Instagram, HackUMass, for live updates every hour as well.
All right, on to workshops. So we've got an exciting list of workshops planned for you this weekend, everything from software to hardware to career development. The full schedule is available on Dashboard, so be sure to go check that out. Our Friday workshops will begin shortly after opening. We have an Idea Jam and team building event at 7 p.m., so if you are still looking for a team, make sure to attend that. We also have an intro to Arduino and at 7 p.m. and an intro to Python at 8 p.m. Our Saturday workshops will begin at 9 a.m. EST and run throughout Saturday evening. Make sure to note that some workshops do require prior installations, so please check the workshop channels on Teams to know what to download before attending a workshop.
So now I'd like to introduce the MLH presentation given by Mary Siewert.
Awesome. Hello, everyone. Are you able to see my slides? Awesome. Well, I am so excited to be here. My name is Mary. I work as the community manager at MLH. Feel free to check MLH out on any of our social medias listed up here. So I'm going to be running through a ton of information in this presentation, but everything that I'm going to go over is all at hack.mlh.io. So if you forget anything I say, don't worry at all. Just head to this link or reach out to me on Teams this weekend because I have a lot of stuff to go through pretty quickly. So you might be wondering, what is Major League Hacking? We are the global hacker community, and every year we empower over 135,000 student hackers all across the globe, just like you. You're actually earning community points for your school just by being here this weekend, and these go towards our season-long contest and rankings where we rank some of the top hacker schools at the end of the year. So what are we actually doing here this weekend? So I'm going to be running a mini event tomorrow. This is a super fun one. We're just going to hang out and watch a Bob Ross video together and try to recreate it in MS Paint. It's a ton of fun. So come to that 7 p.m. EST tomorrow. And then if you're up a little bit earlier in the day, come and check out the U.S. Air Force Cybersecurity Challenge. This is a really great, like, relaxed, beginner-friendly kind of intro to cybersecurity workshop. This will be at 10 a.m. tomorrow. You don't need any prior experience with cybersecurity to come to this, and I'm going to do a couple like prize raffle giveaways at it, so it'll be a lot of fun. And then if you want to get your own 2021 MLH season mascot mask, they're super nice. I actually just got mine in the mail yesterday. I'm going to just send out a type form later this weekend. If you fill it out with your address, we'll send you one of these along with a couple cool MLH stickers. And if you would like to win your very own Octocat figurine, all you have to do this weekend is draw your own version of the GitHub Octocat and then tweet it using these hashtags that I have up here. I'll also drop these in the chat in case you want to do it. But I definitely recommend doing this because the little Octocat figurine is super cool. And speaking of GitHub, you all can get the GitHub Student Developer Pack totally free this weekend. This is a lot of really powerful software that can get you started, you know, hacking with different tools. We have a ton of different resources for you, so I'm going to run through those. The first one is a free domain from domain.com. So this is a .tech, .space, or .online domain name, and we're going to be giving out a prize for the best domain. You just need to use this code HOTCOCO at checkout. If you have any troubles with it, again, just reach out to me. You'll also get free Google Cloud credit this weekend. This is again at hack.mlh.io. Again, if you have any trouble with that at all, just reach out to me. You also should have gotten an email about this yesterday, and you can get up to $100 of Google Cloud credit. If you're interested in using data stacks, you all get free 5 GB for free on this platform. It's really awesome. So make sure to check that out. And finally, if you're doing a hardware hack this weekend, which I know a lot of you are, I'm going to be giving out a couple Groove starter kits. So just make sure to enter for the best hardware hack prize over on the dashboard. And finally, if you use Radar this weekend, which is a GPS software, you can win your own tile sticker smart tracker from MLH. These are super nice if you're like me and you lose your phone or your keys a lot. Yeah, definitely recommend entering this one. And if you aren't sure where you want to get started this weekend, check out our hackathon starter kits. These are really great kind of tutorials that'll walk you through using some of the platforms I just talked about, and help you actually, you know, come up with a project idea and build something. And just to recap, those are the MLH prizes that I just went through. These are also over on the dashboard, so you can check them out there. And of course, reach out to me if you have questions. If you do show off your project at the end of the weekend, which I definitely recommend doing, you'll get your own iDemoed sticker from us. These will actually be customized for HackUMass, and this will come with your face mask and your other MLH stickers. So I highly encourage you, even if you don't feel like your project is, you know, exactly what you wanted it to be, it's still worth demoing and showing off what you built. And if you're interested in any career opportunities, these are just a few companies that are looking to hire hackers with skills like you. So head to hackp.ac/careers and check out some of these companies. And on a more serious note, MLH hackathons are a safe space for everyone. Just by being here today, you did agree to the MLH Code of Conduct. So if you haven't had a chance to check it out, I do recommend doing that. But the TLDR is that, you know, MLH hackathons are a safe space and abuse and harassment are never tolerated. If anything happens this weekend that makes you feel uncomfortable or unsafe, please let me know or let an organizer know, because we want to make sure that you're able to have a good time here this weekend. If for whatever reason you don't feel comfortable reporting to myself or an organizer, just reach out to this phone number. It's staffed 24/7. Someone will answer, or reach out to the email right here. And I want to give a huge thank you to everyone who made it possible for MLH to be here this weekend, and a huge thank you to the organizers for letting us be here. I am so excited. Yeah, happy hacking.
Thank you, Mary. Definitely be sure to check out those mini events if you're around. Definitely sounds like a fun way to kind of take a break from all the learning. So now I'd like to introduce our keynote speaker, CICS Dean Haas. Dean Haas, you have to unmute.
Double click. Okay, sorry about that. Thank you, Kevin. Thanks for your patience, everyone. Welcome. It's really a pleasure for me to be here to kick off this first virtual HackUMass. Hackathons, as has already been said, are for everyone, regardless of major, race, ethnicity, age, gender, or degree of experience. In fact, we have a great range of experience among our attendees this year, and we're really excited about that. Some of you have a CS background or an engineering background, but many don't. Some of you are experienced, but for many, this is their first ever hackathon. In fact, 60% of our attendees are first or second year students, which is just wonderful. This is a new experience for you, but don't worry, it's a new experience for almost all of us, as it is our first ever virtual hackathon. So dive in and have fun, and next year come back and get involved in the organization. It's you people that make this a special place. So what does make hackathons so special and exciting? Hackathons are places where you can be creative and where everyone can contribute. Innovation is at the heart of a hackathon, just as it's essential to computing. So I need to say a few words in defense of computer science. Some people think of computing as a boring, isolated, highly technical field that only a select few can excel in. But you will see for yourselves this weekend that the opposite is true. Hackathons and computing are team sports, where creativity rules and everyone has something they can add. In addition to being fun, the innovations that we produce can have a major impact on the world. At UMass Amherst, our college has a vision we call Computing for the Common Good. Computing for the Common Good is about research, teaching, and service that make the world a better place through computing. Let me give you a few examples. Professor Brian Levine is an expert on computer security and network measurement. He uses these talents to protect innocent children from pornography, tracking down the criminals who victimize and enslave them. He works with law enforcement all around the world and in all 50 US states. Professor Yvonne Arroyo and her students use AI and wearable devices to help children learn and to enable teachers to focus their attention on the areas where the students face the greatest challenges. Professor Deepak Ganesan uses small devices and wearable electronics to help people fighting addiction such as smoking and to protect the elderly and infirm. With colleagues across the university, one of his most recent inventions is pajamas with lightweight embedded electronics that can monitor heart rate and breathing without loading the patient up with wires and connectors. That lets them rest comfortably, for example, while still being monitored. Professor Narges Mayar focuses on digital civics and how we can give all of our citizens a voice. She has also worked with artists and environmental scientists to demonstrate the impact of climate change on communities through data visualization and public art. Our students are also intent on contributing to the common good. They participate in student-founded college clubs such as BUILD, which provides code and consulting for free to nonprofits, and COST, which does outreach to K-12 schools to inspire students with a love for STEM. They join the ACM student chapter on campus, or the Pentest Club, or the Cybersecurity Club. If you are not a member of one of our campus clubs or one of the many similar clubs in the other colleges, and if you enjoy this hackathon, think about joining one of them next semester. Staying involved is the best way to learn, grow, and keep your sanity in these very challenging times. Other ways that students contribute to the common good are through class projects or through a program such as Data Science for the Common Good, which pairs small groups of students with nonprofits that have data to help them analyze and take action on that data. They volunteer in a number of ways, and many go on to work with nonprofits or found them once they graduate. One recent alumna, for example, works for a major tech firm in New York City during the day, but in her spare time, she founded the Society of Women Coders, which teaches introductory coding classes to girls in underserved communities worldwide, giving them access to skills and potentially to lucrative careers they would not otherwise be able to aspire to. Of course, our faculty, students, staff, and alumni took up the challenge of COVID in typical CICS can-do fashion. Professor Tawidur Rahman and his students created a new device, FluSense, which can monitor restrooms, doctors' offices, other public places for sounds of coughing and analyze the patterns to provide an early warning of community spread of coronavirus. Graduate student Ami Trivedi and her advisor, Professor Prashant Shenoy, used their knowledge of computer networks to devise a new method for contact tracing that works within a campus, any place with its own network. So, for example, a corporate campus, as well as a university campus or a hospital, and so on, to identify when close contacts have occurred and when they haven't. It's being used at UMass and other schools to help keep the campus community safe. One of our alumni, Shashi Bulaswar, now CEO of the Institute for Transformative Technologies, speaking of the importance of innovation, won a UMass Amherst COVID Heroes Award this year for creating an oxygen delivery device that can be used in remote villages, hospitals, cities, and even in homes. Jim Flynn, our Assistant Dean for Research Business Development, joined a cross-university team to design, manufacture, and distribute face shields critically needed by medical institutions and for other frontline workers. I'm immensely proud of all of them and of the many others who also contributed in this crisis. So, computing is an innovative, creative space. You work in teams, you bring your imagination, and it can change the world. Computing offers boundless potential for solving tough challenges, from curing disease to defeating Russian hackers. We could have used a little bit more of that this past week. Not every piece of research, every project, or every hack has to do good, of course. But as you jump into this hackathon, and as you dream about future projects, think about how you and your team could create something new and solve some problem for somebody along the way. I hope you have a wonderful time at this hackathon. I hope you enjoy this opportunity to collaborate and think out of the box. Though I've talked a lot about computing since it is my field and it is my college, I want to emphasize that the world of engineering is very much similar, with many wonderful examples of engineering hacks, projects, and research that do good, and that you don't need an engineering or a computing degree to contribute. Some of the best hacks I have seen originated from folks with no background in these fields. Since they had no idea of what could or couldn't be done, they had more imagination to apply and spurred their teams to true innovation. So please, listen to each other, encourage each other, and be open-minded. Oh, and make sure you keep your sense of humor. It's a critical component of any creative endeavor, especially any endeavor involving technology. I guarantee you will learn a lot in the next 2 days, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dean Haas, for that inspirational talk. Kind of makes me want to make my own project now. So now we'll be moving on to revealing our prize categories for this weekend. So I'll hand it over to our head of hardware, Aaron Hanley.
Hi, everyone. I'm Aaron. I'm the co-director of hardware for this year's HackUMass, and I'll take you through some of the prizes you can potentially earn from your hacking you're doing this weekend. I'd like to start with us with a quick preface. Any of these prizes you see are actually 4 prizes, so that each team member can actually get one. You'll be able to apply for these prizes once you create your projects on Dashboard, so just make sure you keep an eye on that. But without further ado, let's look at some of the prizes that were sponsored by various organizations. As mentioned by Mary earlier, MLH is sponsoring 5 prizes this event. For the best hardware hack, we have the Groove Arduino Beginner Kit. For the best domain name registered, we have a PowerSquare Key wireless phone charger. For the best use of DataStax Asta, we have a Blue Snowball microphone. And for the best use of Google Cloud, we have a Google Tote Bag or a 1-hour Google mentoring session. For our most creative radar hack, we have a tile sticker smart tracker, and a chance to be featured by Radar. And then from the Eisenberg School of Management at UMass, we have a prize for the best venture pitch, which will be $500 along with a spot in the Innovation Challenge semifinals competition. Now we can move on to some of the category prizes that you could win that were created by UMass, or HackUMass. First off, for best finance hack, we have Apple AirPods. For the best web hack, we have an Amazon Fire HD tablet. For the best mobile hack, we have Raycon wireless earbuds. For the best documentation on your hack, we have a Ducky 2 mechanical keyboard. For the best beginner hardware hack, we have an Arduino beginner kit. For the best beginner software hack, we have portable SSDs. For the best security hack, we have a pretty cool looking cipher wheel. For the best beginner web hack, we have Amazon Echo Dots. For the best healthcare/well-being hack, we have a Fitbit Inspire 2. For the best machine learning hack, we are giving out Intel Neural Compute Stick 2s. And for the funniest hack, we have some $50 Amazon gift cards. And finally, for grand prizes, by winning any of the prior mentioned prizes, you will automatically be entered into the pool to possibly win one of 2 grand prizes. And this year, our 2 grand prizes are an Apple iPad Mini and a Nintendo Switch Lite. So just make sure you keep an eye on Dashboard. All this information will be kept there, as well as make sure you apply for these prize categories when you create your project in Dashboard. But that concludes what we have in store for when it comes to prizes. And thank you.
Okay, so now that concludes our opening ceremony. I thank you, everyone who spoke at our opening ceremony today. So now begins our hacking period. Hacking submissions will be closing at 7 a.m. EST on Sunday morning. So on December 20th, 7 a.m. EST, they will be closing. So be sure to create your submissions. You're able to edit them until the final closing time. So there's no harm in creating it maybe the night before. I hope you enjoy your weekend. So happy hacking.